Hey guys, welcome. My name's John. This is Anxiety Struggle is Real. And as I start out all my videos, I want to let you know I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. Just an average guy who's been dealing with mental illness of some sort or another for more than 25 years. A lot of anxiety, a lot of panic, some depression, and researched a lot. I've learned a lot, and I believe I can help. That's why I'm doing these videos. If you wouldn't mind hitting like, subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you're seeing it on Facebook, if you could share it, I would really appreciate it. Um, Helps me keep the channel going. I explained that in my last video. I think my last video, the one before that, whatever. Last video, that one was anxiety and coronavirus. This video is a follow-up to that. I've got some new ideas for you on how to keep yourself grounded in this whole mess, and we'll get to that in just a minute. How are you feeling? Are you lonely? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Are you anxious? Are you getting super annoyed with your family members? Do you miss your family members? Anxious, restless? So am I. All of them. I get it. I want to say that we're going to get through this. Okay, we're going to get through it. Most places in the country are halfway through the worst of it. So we're almost there. The ramifications for this are probably going to carry on into the summer, but they're going to be much less. Our lives won't be as restricted and in a state of upheaval like they are now. So if you're practicing any of the mental techniques that you've learned from me or from therapy or reading or whatever, at all, if you're any of them, if you meditation, positive affirmations, positive self-talk, physical exercise, if you're doing any of those things on a regular basis, you're going to come out of the other side of this a much stronger person than when it started. You're going to realize that you can handle more anxiety than you knew was possible, and that's going to be hugely therapeutic because you'll be able to look back at this and say, "Man, I made it through that. I can handle what's coming next." If you're doing the physical exercise, you're going to be in better shape physically, and that's always a good thing. It's good for our minds for sure. Um, that's it. I just wanted to try and give a little pep talk, and just we're gonna get through this. It's getting better. So in the last video that I did regarding the coronavirus situation, I gave a lot of suggestions on things you could do to keep your mind engaged, and I've thought more about it, and I think those were all good suggestions. But I've come up with some different stuff geared in a little different direction. The different direction is that our lives have been turned upside down. If you have a job, you're not going to your job. Most people. If you stay at home with the kids, you've become a teacher. These are major changes, and we you can't go out for a cup of coffee. You can't go out for a drink. You can't go and have a meal. These are all things. It's just it's completely foreign to our minds. It's not good. Just like I talked about in the last video, when staying home when you're home alone or in the same spot for a long time, it can increase any psychoses or cause people to have them that never had them before. So I'm kind of gearing this video towards dealing with that. So you're used to a routine. So establish a new routine. Even though you might be going back to work in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, establish a new routine. Just keeping yourself in a routine is going to prepare you better for going back to work when it's time, and it's also going to help you now. This is my suggestion. Before you go to bed at night, sometime in the evening, make a list of what you're going to do the next day, whether it's a list of chores that count and work at home stuff like I did in the last video, or some new things that I'm going to suggest here. Make a list. Go to bed. Get up. I would suggest getting up at the time that you would normally get up for work. don't stay in bed till 10, 11 o'clock every day. It's just not a good thing at all, unless that was your routine before. But if you had to get up at 8 to be to work by 10 or whatever it is, start doing that now. Strongly suggested. Take a shower, get dressed. Don't stay in your pajamas all day. Not a good idea. Before I say the obvious, which is going to be work on your list, pick out one thing that you used to do in your normal routine that you can still do now. The only I wasn't able to think of a lot, but like if you would go to Dunkin' or Tim Hortons every day and get a coffee on your way to work or at lunchtime or in the afternoon or something, do that. Find something that's normal that you would do every day and do that. Okay. And then you want to work on your list. Whatever your list is, I'm going to offer some suggestions. First of all, I'm going to revisit exercise. I'm going to revisit meditation. Mindful meditation is really, really good. If you don't know how to do it, maybe I'll do a video on that sometime, but for now, just Google it. Relaxation meditation is good. Just do the mental stuff. It's really important. Okay. And again, physical exercise. If you can go for a walk, we're allowed to go for walks. Just practice the social distancing, for God's sakes. We'll get arrested if we don't. Just kidding. All right. Here's a few other things. Obviously, well, more than a few. Make a thankful list. You're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious, you're all this, all these negative things that we're feeling. Try and feel something positive. It's really difficult to feel thankful in a situation like this, or it can be anyway. Make a thankful list. Obviously do the obvious ones. You're thankful for your good health or your family's good health, and for your sons and daughters and wife and husband and family and stuff like that. But really, really think about some stuff that you're thankful for, and make a list. Put that list somewhere in your room or on your fridge that you can see it. And you might want to read that every day. That should be on your list of things to do every day. Gratitude, feeling thankful is huge. Maybe make a list of changes that you want to make to something, whether it be yourself, your house, your yard. Make a list, make a plan. It's real simple, but it'll kill some time for you. And then you'll have that plan when it's time, when you feel ready to make the changes to yourself, or when you have the money to make the changes to your house or to your yard, or the time, then the list is done. Keep that list. Maybe make a Corona file. I might make a Corona file because I've got all kinds of lists and stuff going on. But anyway, the list, it engages your mind. Have you ever thought about starting a business? Sit down and make a business plan. If you don't know how to make a business plan, just wing it. Figure out write down what you want to do for your business and how you're going to start it and how it's going to be successful, and a plan to do that. Take something like that. Okay. I mentioned in the last video about I suggested starting a Shopify store. I actually did that. I started another one. It's not doing great. It's a great idea what I did, but it's not doing great. I don't know why yet, and I'm figuring it out. But so I wanted to bring that up again. Shopify is running, and I'm not pushing or making money off of Shopify. It just happens to be that they're doing 3-month free trial right now. So Shopify.com, SHOPIFY.com, and you can open up an online store. It's pretty cool. So anyway, another thing you can put on your list is to log into Quora, Quora, Quora. So if you're not familiar with it, a lot of people are, but if you're not, it's a place where people go and they just kind of ask random questions. And you can go through the topics, and if there's something that you know about or that you think a question that you can answer, go ahead and answer it. You can answer it for the person, and your answer will get published. Pretty cool. It's, again, engaging the mind. It'll make you think. Uh, YouTube videos. You're watching mine. That's great. I appreciate it. But there's motivational ones that you can watch and inspirational ones that you watch. You know, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar. If you're a spiritual person like I am, and you pray and stuff, Joel Osteen, watch his videos. X Factor. Some of the people that when they or the Voice, these people overcome different things, and they're fantastic singers and acrobats and whatever. Sports videos of great comebacks and stuff like that. These things generate positive vibes in you. Okay. Check on an elderly neighbor. Maybe have coffee with that elderly neighbor. You can sit out on the front lawn. It's getting warm enough. You can sit outside, bring them tea or bring them coffee, or have them make it and have them meet you outside. You can sit on lawn chairs 6 feet apart. Or if it doesn't have to be an elderly neighbor. I have a neighbor that lives all by herself, and we're talking all the time, pretty far apart, but we're not all the time, but quite a bit, helping each other get through this. There was another suggestion on that page that I threw. Oh yeah, call somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time. I did that. I'm recording this on Saturday. I did that on Thursday. I called a guy that I haven't talked to in 2, maybe 3 years. And we talked for probably 2 hours. It was fantastic. It was uplifting to both of us to reconnect. It was pretty cool. Um, one last one that might seem really, really weird, but I don't care. I just tried it the other day. I was in my kitchen and I said, "Hey Alexa, play In Sync, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays." I'm not necessarily suggesting this particular song, but I'm suggesting some Christmas music. And I told Alexa to repeat 4 times. And I almost cried a little bit. And then I was just happy. Happy, happy, happy. I was dancing around the house like a fool. And it made me feel awesome for a little while. Haven't done it again since, but I'm going to. I haven't been home alone since. I don't want my family to think I'm completely crazy. So, but anyway, give that a shot. That's about it. Well, one last thing. Again, if you're a believer, pray a lot. Put that on your list to pray more than I pray now, because we need it. And that's about it. Now, sometime about now, it's probably going to pop up, my last video on coronavirus. Hope this was helpful to you guys. Take care. Be safe. God bless. And I'll see you next video. Okay. Thanks so much for watching.